Hey, fellow Ristopians, Merry Christmas if you celebrate the Christmas traditions in your part of the world. So, video title, is Rolex a tool watch? So I've got here my most, I don't know, is it my most tooly Rolex? It's good to be back just ranting after my review of the Tool Watch Co. Rally, which I really liked, but it was quite stressful doing a one and done on somebody else's piece. That sounds very wrong, doesn't it? Anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I've got my Rolex Explorer here, and this is dedicated to Constant Time, my newest YouTube buddy, who we've had a bit of banter with. And he brought up the question of, is Rolex a tool watch? Personally, I think they're the ultimate tool watch. I'm really talking about the stainless steel pieces. I have more than one. This is my favourite. I think it is the epitome of a tool watch. It isn't cheap. There are lots of other options, some of which I own, but this is the best. It's a little bit tight for me at the moment. What's going on? I think I've got one more position on the micro adjust. If you have, slurring my words. It's nearly 11:45 in the UK. I've got a Jack Daniels and Coke on the go, but it is Christmas. Yeah, I've got so the Rolex Explorer. Not a lot of people know this. Has an easy link. Let's see, that's out at the moment. I'll pop that back in. There you go. Easy link back in. Easy link out. Rolex say that, and everyone tells you it's 5mm. It's not. It's 7mm. And then the thing that people don't understand, a lot of people don't know, is that it has 3 hidden micro adjust positions. I say hidden, but they're not really hidden. They're just, they just don't want the external, they don't need the hole sticking out the side of the clasp. So they're it's not really hidden. What's the word? Let me know in the comments below. What is not hidden? Concealed. That's what I'm looking for. Concealed micro adjust. I'm on the middle of that. But at the moment, it's a little bit, so I need to pop it out one. At the moment, it's a little bit tight, depending on the time of day. But anyway, back to the question: is Rolex a tool watch, or is it as my buddy Constant Time said, a jewel watch? I mean, none of mine have got jewels in. None of mine have got any precious metals. I've been tempted by precious metals. Two tones, but I just can't. I just haven't got the money. It's a guilty pleasure. Some of the two tones. I think the Explorer 36 in a two tone is a guilty pleasure. I think the Submariner. Now the Submariner's bigger, so it's 41, 21. I think that I looked at a Submariner. I was offered a Submariner, years ago. A two-tone, but it's just really gold is just not my thing. But anyway, so let's stick to steel Rolexes. Are they tool watches? I think 100% yes. Now let's do a bit of why do I think that? I think they're the best tool watches. I think they are the epitome of a tool watch. The steel pieces are the epitome of a tool watch. Now, I used to be, you're wondering what's all this stuff here? I used to be a plumber. And here's some of my plumbing tools. Now, I didn't ever buy cheap. Well, actually, I did. I did sometimes buy some cheap plumbing tools. But let me tell you, they don't work. I'm sure at home you've all got an adjustable spanner. Now, adjustable spanners are kind of a bad thing, but for plumbing, they're a good thing. I mean, generally, as an auto mechanic, you wouldn't use an adjustable spanner. You'd use an actual spanner that was sized because then the jaw's not moving. Now, I'm sure at home you've all got one of those chrome vanadium adjustable spanners in your toolbox. I'm sure you have. Come on, let me know in the comments below who's got one of those. Own up. But as a plumber, I never bought cheap tools. So here we have 3 Barco adjustable spanners. Now, these are the thing you'll notice with your chrome vanadium one. There's 2 things you'll notice with the one that you've got in your toolbox. Number 1, the jaw moves. So no matter what you do with that jaw moves a lot. Now on these, they don't move. They move a little bit, but they don't move much. So when you set it to the position that you want it, I haven't even got my best one. I've got more of these. I've got more of these, and I've got another one of these. When you set it to the position that you want it, it stays there. And that's your one. Your chrome one in your toolbox will not do that. It will wiggle around like there's no tomorrow. And the other thing that your one won't do is that. So this is what's this going to be? This is going to be 25 years old. It's never ever been cleaned, not once. It's never been oiled. I've never touched it. It's just gone in and out the toolbox, in and out, you know, spannering stuff, Boss White, all sorts of stuff's gone in there, dust, everything. But yeah, I can still turn it. Look at that. It still goes in and out perfectly. Might have to turn it round so I can do it that way, rather, because it's easier to push with your thumb. All of these do that. All of them. Every single one. Never been cleaned. 20 years old. 25 years old. Here we have a Nipex. So these are Barco. Some of them have rubberized handles, so very ergonomic. My best one isn't even here. So my best one is that size, but it's got the jaw. So it's that length, but it's got the jaw expansion of this one. So that one only fits a 15mm nut, but that one fits a 22, which is the 2 sizes of compression nut that you kind of use in plumbing. But there is one that has the jaw of that, but the length of this, which is an absolute, it's actually slightly longer, I think, but it's an absolute stunner. But quality tools, they're quality tools. That's my point. This is a quality tool. These have never let me down. And this has, well, never let me down. Just to bore you a bit more with tools, these are my Nipex pliers. These are the rubbish ones that I have. I've got a better pair. These are the basic ones. If you have a pair of these in your toolbox, adjustable pliers, yeah. When you grip something, and let's make that a bit smaller. When you grip something and you squeeze really hard, they will slip. You know what I'm talking about, guys, don't you? You're going to grip something. I'm pushing on that really hard. That is not slipping. And these are the cheap ones. These are the cheap Nipex pliers. I've got a better pair of this that has a much better system here. And the jaw, I don't know if you can see, this jaw is kind of out of line. On the better ones, it's kind of more in line. You can use these to grip nuts. I'm doing it again. That doesn't sound very good. You can use these to grip, hexagonal nuts, but I would never do that because I've got these in my toolbox, because I've got all of the tools. And Nipex pliers have gone on, and adjustable spanners. If you watch some videos about plumbing online today, some of the tools that they have that I didn't have when I was a plumber, they're absolute. You can have self-adjusting. So basically you can have a self-adjusting adjustable spanner that's a combination of an adjustable spanner and a pair of grips. And it grips, it just changes the size to the nut, but it doesn't. The trouble with, the reason that you use a pair of adjustable spanner is that you're not marking the nut. Whereas if you use a pair of pliers, you're going to grip on the nut and it's going to leave marks. But they now make a tool that does both. So it's a self-adjustable. Anyway, I'm talking about tools too much, way too much here. My point is that these are quality tools. And this is a quality tool watch, but it is a tool watch. It's not, you know, you might have one of these and you might think it's a dress watch. You might think it's, you know, I don't know. You can have your own opinion of it, but to me, this is a tool. Yeah, that's all I've got to say, really. Right? Still Rolexes are tool watches. They're the best tool watches, but they are tool watches. They're not, you know, I don't know. What I tell? All right, so I don't know. If you're going to look at a Land Rover Discovery, that is ultimately a tool car. It does, but it has been dressed up to being a posh thing. I don't think Rolexes have been dressed up to that degree by the company. They certainly have by, you know, YouTubers, commenters, owners. But, you know, these are just, you know, this looks, I mean, someone, old, he's younger than me, Constantine, he said that they used to be tool watches, but they're not anymore. But this isn't that different to the ones that used to be tool watches. You know, the Submariner isn't that different today to how it used to be when it was, according to a lot of people, a genuine tool watch. I mean, it had, you know, it had a press steel clasp and all that kind of stuff, but then they're not actually that different. They've evolved. Whereas if you look at a Land Rover Discovery, that is very, very different to the, I don't know, the Defender Mark 1 and all that kind of stuff. Not Discovery, sorry, I meant Defender. If you look at the Land Rover Defender, that's very different now to how it was back in the day with the Mark 1, the Mark 2, etc. So, yeah, that's definitely been poshed up. But Rolexes have not been. They are very, very similar to what they used to be decades ago. It's only people's perception and, I guess, opinions. Anyway, hopefully that video was, what we're up to. It's only not even 15 minutes yet. Hopefully that was interesting. I might do some more between now and the new year. Hopefully something special's happening in the new year. Maybe some editing. I'm going to give it a go. But for now, one wrist, live it. Merry Christmas, everybody.